Hello students, in the last lesson we discussed about some basics of cell as a fundamental unit of life. Today we are going to discuss about some interesting facts about cell and cell discovery. Robert Hooke discovered the cells in cork cells, which was a little insignificant, maybe insignificant, but it was a very important discovery in biological science. Being inspired by him, many scientists later discovered different parts of the cell and their working. Now we are going to focus on the chronology of cell discovery. It is a history of cell and its discovery. Here you can see that in 1665, Robert Hooke first discovered cell and named it also. Later, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who was a glassmaker, spectacle glassmaker, he devised a microscope which was a little different than Robert Hooke's microscope, and he saw different protozoans in a little drop of water. Later in 1831, Robert Brown, another English botanist, he discovered a dark patch inside the cell which he named as nucleus, which you can see here also, nucleus. Later, Dujardin, another scientist who discovered a fluid substance around the nucleus, and along with the nucleus he termed it as sarcode, which is not mentioned here, sarcode, S-A-R-C-O-D-E. Later, 1839, J.E. Purkinje also observed that type of fluid substances in plant cell and animal cells, and he termed it as protoplasm. Later, Huxley, another scientist who named this protoplasm as the basis of life, who termed it as a basis of life. Later, the very important on the basis of all these discoveries, M.J. Sliden and T. Swan, they are very important names, who gave the famous cell theory. M.J. Sliden was a German botanist and T. Swan is a German zoologist. Both of them observed different types of plant cell and animal cells and came to the conclusions that these are the three main conclusions which founded the cell theory actually. All living cells or all living organisms are made up of cells. Cells are the structural and functional unit of life force. This is a very important point here. And plants are made up of plant cells and animals are made up of animal cells. That means they discovered the differences between plant cells and animal cells also. Later, when the discoveries were going on, many scientists started discovering different parts of the cell. Rudolf Virchow, 1855, first gave his theory, which is famous as omnis cellula e cellula, which means in English all cells arise from pre-existing cells. That means he gave the idea that cells can reproduce. That means the one cell comes from another pre-existing cells. Later in 1866, Ernest Haeckel, another scientist, first told that nucleus stores and transmits the hereditary information from one generation to another generation. It is a very important discovery which is a part of the cell theory. Later, modern cell theory took this point as a very important point. And later in 1940, Knoll and Ruska, they discovered the electron microscope, and this electron microscope discovery gave the idea of the ultrastructure of the different parts of cell and its cell organelle. Here ends the lesson 2 of chapter 5.